It's kind of hard to navigate through cemeteries with Andy's wheelchair, so he's kind of hanging out in the car there. Van, I mean. But so today we're starting out at, come on, Chris. Oakland Cemetery in St. Paul, Minnesota, which is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, cemetery in St. Paul. And so, Chris, we're gonna put the orange one here. I hope we can get it in there. The ground looks a little dry. Can you put it up in front there? So, gotta brush off the thing a little bit. Oh wow, it's gonna be hard to get them in today. Might have to grab a bottle of water in the car. I have, just go on my driver's side, you know, and get my bottle that's in there. So, you may have heard me talk about the Yench side of the family. I don't know. This is my Uncle Harold and his wife Annette. And this was my mother's, I want to say it was the second oldest brother in the family. And I believe the Yench side of her family was a side that Edward Benes was connected to. He was the second and fourth president of Czechoslovakia, who was a socialist and a Freemason, and so we have a connection to that in our family. And I was told about that in my late teens by Uncle Harold here, and my mom and her one sister. Chris, go ahead and pour a little water there so that you can put the flour in there. Whoop. Might have to see if that helps at all. I don't know. Move that stick from his name there. And just kind of see if that works. Hopefully, I don't know. We thought that the ground would be a little wetter here today, being that it had rained and stuff not too long ago. But it doesn't look like we're having a lot of luck. You might have to pour more water on there. Normally we don't have too much of a problem. I think the other ones over there are going to be a little wetter, moister or whatever. But so yeah, so Uncle Harold was a real estate investor. And I can remember...
This is not working.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's working too good. Well, we can just lay them in front there, and there's not much else we can do about it. They're probably going to blow away someplace. Can we latch it around that tree stub thing that's sticking out of the ground? Maybe? And just kind of see that thing there? Right here. See that thing sticking out? Oh, I thought there was something sticking out of there. It's not going to work so good, is it? I don't know what to do. There's really no other place to put them. But so anyway, he was a real estate investor. Annette had owned a beauty shop, I think, when he met her. And
it's not gonna work.
Yeah, it's not gonna work, so we're probably not gonna leave him there, but or if we can find something to hook him onto somewhere else here at one of the other ones, we might do that. But so anyway, I can remember, like, I'd ride around with him, and I didn't know what he did at the time, but he owned a lot of houses and apartment buildings and a grocery store and all kinds of stuff, buildings that he leased out to people and stuff. The man always had about 35,000 $1,000 in cash in his wallet at all times, which was crazy. But okay, so we're gonna go to the next gravesite up here. Let's see here. Never had a problem getting all this stuff done. Now, where did Margie's go here? I don't see Margie's. Wasn't it right? It was around here somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's odd. We'll keep looking. This was, Puna was on my mother's side, and John and Anna. Can we see if we can put the orange one in there, maybe? Or you just left it there? Okay. Grab one of the pink ones here. Geez, I can't figure out where hers is now. Would somebody have taken the stone or something? It seems odd. Because hers was always right here. Just stick it in the front if you can. Yeah, in the front. Gosh, that bothers me. I don't know where Margie's is now. My one aunt's usually was always right around here. And seems odd that it's not here. But so anyway, there's a story about the this would be my great grandfather and mother on my mom's side. Her mother's mother and father, and there's a fire station that's downtown St. Paul, just a little bit beyond downtown St. Paul, and they used to have a house there where the fire station is now. And anyway, he had some sort of an accident. It's not clear if he hung himself or if he accidentally got hung. He was coming home, from the bar late at night, and there's one story that they found him on a tree in the backyard, and there's another story that said there was like some kind of a rope to open up like the cellar, and he was going down there for something, and somehow got hung up on the rope going down into the cellar. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, but anyway, his ghost haunted that house, and the house was always up for sale. And so Uncle Harold had stopped by there one day and said, "Why is this house always for sale, It seemed kind of odd. And anyway, they said, well, there's a guy who's dressed in like a tuxedo and has kind of long reddish hair that we always are seeing around here and stuff. The various couple of tenants that he had talked to over the years whenever the house was up for sale. And that was the description of what he looked like, which is really kind of weird. So, but let's see, Chris, do you kind of remember where Margie's was? Because it was somewhere in this area, right? Is it one of those maybe, or? I can't imagine it just disappearing, Oh, it's right there. Oh, wow. Okay. Geez, that's too bad. It's all. Here, let's use some water. I have other water so just kind of pour some water on there and try to get it wet there and stuff. So Margie was my mom's baby sister, and
Okay, so they'll sit off.
yeah, and so she passed away when she was about 49 years old. I grew up doing a lot of things with her. I'd take her to concerts at the state fair and stuff, and I always got kind of a huge charge out of her. She was a Down syndrome gal. The parents had her like when they were in their 50s, I guess. And so I don't know if that has something to do with what happened or whatever. Pour a little more water on there. And try to brush it off a little better. But yeah, she passed away, I want to say it was like 1985, 86. And I used to get a big charge out of her. I took her to meet Scott Baio when he was at the auto show one year in St. Paul. Is there a fountain around? Oh, I think down over there by that blue trash can. Can you fill that bottle up? And see that blue trash can kind of over there by the tree. He's gonna go get some water. And so anyway, she didn't get to, or we didn't. Me and this friend of mine didn't get to go in to meet. We had met him outside, but I wanted to get a photo with her and him. She loved Happy Days. She grew up in the 50s, so she absolutely loved the 50s and Elvis and everything. If it wasn't for her, I never would have really probably known about Elvis or any of that, because she was the one that had all the records and kind of introduced me to Elvis and the 50s and stuff. And so anyway, Scott Baio didn't want to actually do a photo right outside there. I think he was afraid that if he started that, then everybody would want to do that. And we didn't have cell phones or anything. This was like back in the 80s, early 80s, 81, 82, around there. Didn't really want to do the photo. And I was kind of angry because I thought, well, she's disabled, and couldn't he make an exception for her, you know? And so his father actually come walking over and said, what's going on? And I told him, and he said, when this is over with, bring her to the dressing room door. And he showed us where that was, kind of pointed it out to where it was, and said, just come over there and we'll get it, you know.
It's not a phone.
Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. So no luck. Well, here, we'll try to put this pink in there somewhere near where the wet is. Margie, we're going to have to come out here and clean your gravesite off. Thought at first that maybe somebody took a stone or something, you know. Anyway, so when we got to the dressing room door afterwards, they just took her in. I had a disposable camera, and they took her in, and I have the photo. I think I have. We'll just have to lay it there. Just gonna have to lay it there. Yeah. And the other one is gonna go over here. So when we got the photos back, it was just like the best photo ever. And you could see the father and the brother in the background. He had his brother with him. And where it's really wet there, can you stick it in that part maybe? Okay. See where it's really wet there? There to the left. And then stick it in there maybe? That's about all we're going to be able to do. I always say the thought that counts when you come out to the grave sites, and if you're can't get something done and stuff, you know, we only come out once a year, so we know that the flowers are all going to be gone when we come back, you know, so there's not much you can do about it, but so I'm glad that I was able to do a few things like that with her, and you know, and make some of her dreams come true and stuff. But she was a fun person. I always got a huge charge out of her and stuff. She had some funny sayings and stuff. But I'm going to try to find her actual parents. They're down over here. And I think it's right here. Yeah. So this was my mother's mother and father, Lillian and Edward. It's hard to see everything. This would go in here somewhere if you can get it in there somehow. We're gonna have to try to get out here maybe this year and try to clear this up a little bit better, but you can kind of see where it says Lillian and Edward. And I always forget to bring my darn yard tools with when I come out to these cemeteries and stuff. But so in Lillian's lifetime, she, in addition to their own 6 children, and this was during the Depression, had, you know, started in foster care and emergency child protection care and stuff, and had in her lifetime raised over 200 foster children in addition to their own. And then Edward had bars and restaurants in St. Paul. I remember always hearing about one that was called the Karaoke or now they would call it karaoke, I guess. But it's not far from here at all, the actual bar structure. I think it is still some sort of a bar, but it's not far from here. And I think it actually might even be right down that street there on the right corner. But so they were good people, raised a lot of, you know, kids and stuff in their lifetime. He had also a battery factory, but I believe he might have been born in Czechoslovakia because he had an accent, my mom said, and spoke in Czech a lot and stuff. But yeah, so that's Oakland pretty much here. I have an aunt, my mom's one sister, who's buried down the way there somewhere, you know, unmarked grave, and I don't know exactly where it is, but I know it's along the front row somewhere there. And this is a really pretty cemetery, but it's really old and it's really big, and this is just like a small portion of it. But we come out here every year, and I think we couldn't COVID year, they wouldn't let anybody even go to the cemeteries and stuff. But so but yeah, so just kind of showing you videos this year. The flowers are kind of staying put, so hopefully that stays that way. But they'll come out next week and cut the lawn and take them all anyway. So, but we just like to know that we did our share and brought some flowers to be thoughtful, and you know, normally don't come back till the next year. But I think this year we might just to try to clean up the grave sites. So we're going to move on to the next one. We're doing, I think, 3 today. So we will talk to you guys later.